So this interview is going to be broken down into 3 stages. There is going to be a code review, some technical questions, and some behavioral slash cultural questions. So I'm just going to start off with introducing myself. You can also introduce yourself. So my name is Kazim. I am a software engineer at THG. I am part of the mobile apps team that is responsible for maintaining 20 plus apps. THG is an e-commerce company that essentially it brings specializes in taking brands directly to their consumers. We have over 30 plus brands, including Coca-Cola, Look Fantastic, MyProtein, Matalan, Gillette, just to mention a few. We have over 7,000 staff worldwide, and looking to add to that. So that's my introduction. If you could introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So yes, I hope you also gone through my resume. So basically, I will explain you technically. So yes, I have around 7.5, almost 8 year experience. So basically, journey is starting after 2016, after graduation completing. So primary skill is mobile application development. So basically, iOS native using Swift, and then moving to the React native. So basically, iOS Swift side. So not much more, but basically almost 1.5 years work on fully native side, and then moving to the React native. So React native almost 7+ year experience. So we are creating a banking sector related application, e-commerce, and enterprise application like telecommunication similar. So yes, mobile for we are using React Native. Web for we are using also. I'm working also. I know basic work on React JS, Next.js. Also backend side, I'm working on also the worked on also Next.js. Nest.js is a framework on Next.js similar to Express.js, and I have also the knowledge DevOps side. So Docker, Kubernetes. So not much more Kubernetes, but basic I know. Docker side, yeah, Docker side I work on Jenkins. So like CAD CD pipeline through the passing to our code, and also Azure side. So basically cloud side mostly I work on Azure sides. So writing Azure pipelines, and we deploying automatically APK IPA for file on App Center, as well as using Fastlane deploy our application to the App Center and Play Store. Yeah, like this overall of the journey. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So the next step of our interview would be a code review. It's going to be a piece of React Native code. You are to highlight the changes you would make in the code.
Okay.
And highlight the errors. So you would highlight the errors and highlight the changes in terms of improvements that you would make to the code.
Okay, let me sharing my screen. Just a second.
Yeah. It's in the chat if you're able to see the chat.
Okay, just a second. Okay, you sending some link. Okay, so let me open a new tab. Okay, my screen is visible, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So you saying code review. Okay, great. So import React from a React import view text button from React Native. Export default. Okay, there is not a constant you can write. How to remove? So okay, let me please allowed me the access. Yeah, please allow me access.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, it should have worked.
I think I need a reload the again page. Okay, great. So we need export default. So item list here we are using asynchronous functions. We define item state. If we have TypeScript, then we need right here the type array of you can create an interface, but like this right now I'm creating a only the any for a temporary base. Okay, so we need also create here interface specific array wise. So like this interface I will create interface. You can maintain the another file, but just I will create like this. Yeah, item props. So here we are creating consider adding the only the names, and here we like this passing to the yes. And second one is creating loading set. Loading is equal to also you can mention here boolean data type and 2. Okay, so constant fetch set loading. Okay, constant response is equal to fetch. Okay, fetch is promise return. Okay, no problem. So here constant data response. So here basically we are using asynchronous, and here we need a wait because this is sorry a wait. So because this is asynchronous function, so we adding some here endpoint. So endpoint we don't know okay, how much time is required. Some our internet is speed is slowly, some taking time. That's the reason we are adding the await. And response we need again await. So we got response.json. Set data. Okay, where is set data inside data.items. I hope data.items is array, and set loading is false. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so here we calling the use effect. Okay, use effect inside user hooks. So again and again any state is changing, though do not again and again calling. So then you can use also. Okay, we need also here. So also one more mistake. So we react dot react dot. Okay, so otherwise you can import here the namings import, and directly you can use in multiple way, but both way we will be using react dot use effect. Here we calling the asynchronous functions and updating our state. So if here is loading, then returning the text, we need import text. Great. So loading is showing return inside. So return inside basically we are importing view, then items dot map. Okay, items dot map. Otherwise we import also key. Both are similar, no problem. So basically you using here item dot id, it's okay, no problem. We need pass to key, absolutely correct. View key item dot id, text passing to the item dot name, view is ending, and there is yes correct where the mapping is completed, iteration function is completed. Button title refresh on click refresh. Okay, and again the we are calling the fetch functions, and yeah, good to go.
Okay, you have identified the errors I wanted to identify. Yeah, like you said, obviously, if you have your interface, you give this name because the name exists, and maybe ID because ID exists as
Yeah,
well.
correct. So here you passing the small id, correct. So we need id, correct.
And comma is missing here.
Okay.
Yeah, but in terms of improvements to the fetch asynchronous function,
Mm-hmm.
what would you improve here? I know you've made it asynchronous by adding the async awaits, but
Mm-hmm.
what else would you improve here?
Okay, how to improve this function you saying? Okay, then uh, let me check. Okay, so we will using a promise concept. Okay, let me remove those the unnecessary code. So we need a dot den. Yeah, obviously we need also the set loading, but those are not required. So within single line we need a dot den inside retaining a response. We response dot json again here end again dot 10 we got the result, and yes, arrow functions. Okay, so here we need inside our the uh, here directly we will using a set items inside.
Why do you need multiple thens? Why not just handle all of it the first then?
Just a second, you're saying something I'm not getting.
No, I said you have a then that gets the results, and then you are passing these results to results that obviously getting the JSON response back, and then having another then
Yeah,
again at
so
the same.
basically I am only the one layer method chaining we are using, so sometime maybe getting the another data, that's the reason we converting the JSON and then we got the here just the one layer we security purpose for adding. So response dot data similar to you did here, correct? uh,
Yeah.
Data, and once the got the data here is getting, then you catch, you have some error, then you can handle the inside catch inside like this error. And so here we can throw new error inside pass, you are the customer, you can pass the similar to backend error message. Okay,
Yeah.
and
That's what I needed to see. I just needed to see error handling because obviously, if there is an error, we need some sort of way to handle that error. That's good. In terms of the components, the UI of the component as well, what would you improve here?
so basically how to improve our components. So basically styling, we need styling for we are using any existing library like restyle Shopify, also good maintaining the library for the inbuilt some feature, then we are using restyle Shopify, otherwise we creating our the custom library and we will using here. So here we also using a optional, because sometime first is getting the empty array, that's the reason we need a optional map. You saying how to uh, im- actually here is only the 3 4 lines UI related, so not
Yeah.
much more implementation here. In case we have a very large return, then we need we are using atomic design pattern now. So atom button for we are creating different component, a card for creating a different component, item moleculars and organization, and we will using according to requirement wise.
Yeah, that's fine. But assuming you don't know the length of this items array, would you say that a map is the best solution to use?
Using map, yeah, basically yes, obviously we need here map. because we need a iteration of the data.
Yeah.
Otherwise we can using a flat list in React Native is provide flat list, and inside pass the item, and render inside we can those code you can write there.
Yeah,
Flat
that was
list,
what I was looking
because
for.
yeah, flat list because is a similar output. That's the reason we are using flat list. Yeah.
Not necessarily the reason why. I need to understand that the reason why flatlist would be preferred over just writing a map, because if the data returned is 1,000 items, in your map everything is going to be rendered on the screen, and your app is going to perform badly. But if it's in a flat list, it's only going to render what's on the screen, what's on the page, and obviously your app is going to perform
Absolutely
better.
correct. So performance for a very good flat list. So once the is going to scroll down, there is one action available, and to reach, then we again the page initiation API calling and getting the next record. Yeah.
Yeah. So assume here that you have a flat list now.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to assume that we have a flat list. No need to change the code, but just assume that you
Mhm.
have a flat list. Do I still need this button here that would refresh, or is there another way I can refresh?
Yes, flat list available one activity. So on refresh, yes, on refresh inside we calling the fetch items.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. How does that? What's the user interaction to call that on refresh?
So we refresh means we basically
No, I mean, like, what does the user have to do on their, like, if I'm holding my phone, what do I have to do on that flat list to call that on refresh?
so basically we need top to bottom you can scroll like this.
Yes, correct. That's what I needed to know. Yeah, that's pretty much it for code review. Thank you very much. We are going to move to the next stage of our interview, which is the technical stage. I'm going to ask you a bunch of technical questions around the technology we use here at TH and the app team in specific. So you can stop sharing your screen, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, first questions. How would you go ahead in managing states in a React Native application?
Okay, so managing state for we have multiple options. So you can use context. Second is using any state management library, like we have normal Redux, we have Redux Saga, otherwise MobiX. Also multiple library, but basically I use the two libraries. So Redux Saga, this is Saga is middleware, and latest currently we are using MobiX. And yeah, another way is use constack and create constack and use constack. So there is two three things we maintaining the our state, our application. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. In terms of having um, a performative app, so what are the things you look for when you are coding to ensure that your app is very performant?
Okay, great. So basically, see, we performance for we writing any APIs calling any parallelly some task. Then we are using a promise, and promise for we creating a separate functions, and then we are using promise dot as according to promise method, using promise all, promise any, promise all select, or promise rest according to you condition wise you can use. This is a javascript core javascript feature. Second one is react or React Native. So we are using a use memo or use callback according to you user in project. Yeah. And
Do you often want to be using use memo? How often do you want to be using use memo?
yes, see, similar to use effect. So consider firstly you can use memo is returning the function inside. We need write functions any child level component you can designing, and we can pass a specific dependency. So means consider your dependency change, then this use memo components re-render. Otherwise another state is changing, then our the use memo is not re-rendering again and again. This is very good performance. Yeah.
So if I have, so every, let's say for example, would it be good for me to everywhere I have a use effect, change it to a use memo, because obviously use memo is better. But would you say that everywhere that I have a use effect in my app, I should change it to a use memo?
No, not using everywhere. So as your the requirement wise you can use. So we have consider we have a two children component, and parent component inside we import the both the children, and parent inside multiple two three available use effect, two three available state, and use scenario key. Okay, this is state is update, then do not updating the this component was specific children one. That time you can using a use memo.
Okay, good, thank you. How do you handle navigations in React Native app?
Okay, so navigation for mostly popular two libraries. So we are using installing the third library. So React Native Navigation and React Navigations. Yes, we are installing our project, and we firstly creating every component. So create all the component, firstly loading one single navigator.js. Yeah, as according to you create a file, importing there all the components, and we firstly like this navigator container inside you can using any stack, bottom tag, like stack navigator according to you can using, and we will using a navigation feature. Yeah.
Okay. Could you mention me the types of navigations again in React navigation? Could you just mention me the types of navigations that we have there?
Sure. So basically consider navigation.navigate. So you can moving to the specific screen, any navigation to any navigation. Then navigation.net.
I meant more like the stack navigator, bottom tab navigator, the types of navigators.
Correct. Okay. So yeah, stack navigation, bottom stack navigations, drawer navigations. I used a three. Inside we are using a navigation.navigate, navigation.push, navigation.pop, navigation.replace, navigation.reset. Also we are using. Yeah, like this. Those are.
Awesome. Could you describe me a challenging problem you have faced in React Native and how you resolved it? So this is more specific to React Native code. So yeah.
Yeah. So correct. So this is a very good question. So basically, our requirement. So a project manager is saying that we need create a PDF with protected PDF. So I find out multiple way in React Native, in JavaScript, core JavaScript, any DOM manipulation, some then we any possible we have available, but finally I got not any answer. Then another we analysis, we need implementation a native feature. So native side we creating a PDF with protected whole the native site. iOS side creating a iOS site we are using bridge communication native models through. There is we creating bridge communication, and we creating a native side created PDF and also the protected PDF using RCT bridge concept. Sorry, iOS native side. And React native side we are also native model function is calling. There is we creating a class password pdf.java. inside we writing all the natives code Android in Java. So we are creating a PDF with protected PDF. So there is we using @react method and for creating a methods, and this class is importing the main application inside. So add list inside add a class, and here React Native inside. Firstly, React Native is provide native modules. So native modules we destructurization and we get the class name. So but one more point, so native and iOS native class name we are similar we mentioning, and then we are access the native feature. Yeah, this is we overall of the I face the challenge, and yeah, I fixing also.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have experience using GraphQL on a production level?
Yes, I have also GraphQL. So I also work on backend side as well as a front end side. So GraphQL side inside two types. So firstly is code, firstly schema firstly. So I work on both side, but mostly I like code firstly. Yes.
Okay. From a caching perspective, I want to know how you typically employ caching into your React Native application when it comes to what are the techniques you use, what are the strategies you use to essentially cache data.
Okay, so backend for we are using Redis, and mobile application mostly we are using Realm and SQLite database. So SQLite database inside we are storing the all the data, and yes, for like this you saying crashing for we are using Redux also storing the like this limited data we are using. Yeah, Redux is fine.
So if I get if I essentially I'm making a query to a database, yeah. Each time I load a page, I'm going to query that database. I'm going to call an API call to query the database. Yeah. I want to know how you essentially cache, or how you work around caching interactions between you making API calls and how the server, like how you interact with the server in terms of caching API responses.
So yeah, backend side mostly. Okay, let me trying to this question answer. So uh, backend side we are using Redis. So Redis, and we are using MongoDB. MongoDB inside we are using index of. So very quickly finding the records. So yeah, so basically you saying ki we calling the again and again. So we first time we got the data, then we storing in SQLite. So SQLite data next time any, then we firstly checking SQLite. So SQLite data is available, then populate on screen. If SQLite is not available data, then we are calling to the our API, if either the GraphQL API or the REST API, like this.
Okay, no problems. So what would you say is a potential advantage of using GraphQL over REST API?
Yes, correct. So yeah, GraphQL. So REST API is there is multiple. We have endpoint GraphQL inside a single endpoint, and there is query and mutation, similar get and post. So query inside because, and GraphQL inside we need specific data. Then we have easily we get the specific data. But REST API inside we like this, you need only first name and last name. You calling the API, then unnecessary backend is passing the all the you have documentation do not required. But there is mutation and query inside you can pass data inside, data object inside, name and first name, then easily access only those keys and values in front end side. And another is GraphQL is a real-time communication is very quickly and fastly. I am not using, but I see in documentations like this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next questions would be around NativeModule. Have you ever created a native module before? And what is a NativeModule?
Yeah, I told you na. So PDF protected React Native side is not possible. So we are using native functionality. That time we are using native model. So all the feature is implementation native side, and we are calling native feature. Then we are using native models. Yes.
Yeah, you answered that. So my next questions would be around Fastlane. You've obviously mentioned you setting up CI/CD pipelines,
Yeah.
and obviously using AppCenter and all of that. So just give me again an understanding of how you have implemented Fastlane in your project and what your typical CI/CD pipeline looks like.
Okay, great. So, see, mobile application for we are using Fastlane, and backend Node for we are using Azure pipeline. So, Node inside we creating firstly Docker file creating a firstly image, and then those code is deploying Azure side, Azure repo side. So there is we are writing Azure pipeline.yaml file inside. Firstly, create a build, then our build is ready, then deploy our the Azure container register, Docker container register, and then we are deploying our anywhere like this app service or those part. So this is a we are using a backend side, and React Native side we are using Fastlane inside some similar to we writing YAML similar, we step by step need a code. So we need firstly provision certificate valid on the in Fastlane. So and then we need a step by step, we need a plugins also we are install, and according plugin you can write your the code, and we can create APK file. You can deploy App Center, or you deploy on apps test flight or app Play Store also for internal testing purpose.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to confirm one thing with native modules. So, were you the one who implemented the native modules? So do you have experience with either Kotlin or Swift, or do you have a preference?
Yes, Swift and Java. I'm not using Kotlin, Swift and Java.
Okay, okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So you mentioned App Center as your deployment for your CI/CD pipeline for apps. Are you aware of App Center being shut down sometime next year? And do you have another plan for how you want to essentially post apps online?
No, your question is not I'm getting. So can you repeat?
Yeah. So
Sorry.
you use App Center right now, yes?
Yes.
App Center is going to shut down next year. Are you aware of that?
Oh, App Center shut down. I am not aware of.
Yeah. If you do a quick Google search, you see that App Center is going to be shut down
Oh.
sometime next year. So, did you may not have been looking, but obviously now you need to look for another solution. Do you have an idea of any other way you can have apps on without test flight, without beta, in like an pre-development stage? Anything else you can use?
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't know.
So basically we are using App Center. Firstly, all the tester App Center basically. So basically we firstly our application is deploying App Center. So App Center is similar to test flight. So all the tester is downloading application from.
Yeah, I know. We use App Center as well to initially do testing.
Yeah, correct.
And before moving to test flight. So I'm saying if App Center is not going to be around again, do you have Is there something else someone can use? Do you have an idea? It's okay if you don't have.
Yeah, multiple we have like this app host also available, then div also available, so we can upload the IPA file and you can share our link to the tester.
Thank you. That's what I'm glad to know. So what type of testing do you perform in your React Native applications?
Jest, yes, I like Jest. I Jest with the React Native testing library. Yeah.
Okay,
React
thank
testing
you.
library.
In terms of code coverage, what do you typically look for in your coverage of your testing?
SonarQube. So Azure side we are build plugging some Azure SonarQube related steps is added.
I mean, like more from a percentage point of view, how much of code coverage are you looking at covering for like a file?
So code collate means like this, you similar function we are not defining, we are using properly TypeScript rule, JavaScript rule, not any again and again you can create a core component for similar view. Code quality, core coverage for we showing the how percentage, so where we improve our code, we need to improve. So like this you using again and again if else, then that time we are using switch case method also good way. Then this is a basic point of. Yeah.
Okay. Next question would be, do you perform any end-to-end testing at the moment?
End-to-end testing, so we are using just through we are writing test cases, all the component level test cases, and we will checking test coverage, and once our test coverage is 80 and 90 above, then we are deploying, otherwise we not deploying our code.
Okay, do you have any idea of any end-to-end test libraries? Do you know of any?
JTest I know, basically we are testing. So you're saying basically which library specific?
Do you know Detox?
Detox? No, not using Detox.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Similar to Jest, correct? Yeah.
It's similar to, is it Appium? I think that's what it's called.
Appium. Okay.
I might be wrong there. Don't put me on that.
Okay, let me check definitely after. Yeah.
So that just wraps up our technical questions. I'm going to move into some cultural questions just to see if you would be a good fit for this role. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at THG, we like to assume that everyone has a leadership role, independent of if you're a junior, if you're a graduate, if you are a senior. We like people that essentially exhibit leadership. So could you tell me a time of an experience where you led your team through? It might not have been the entire project, maybe a feature, but how you led and what did you learn from that experience?
Okay, so basically you saying ki some junior team is some facing issue, so how to fixing those issue, correct? Yeah, you saying.
No.
I'm
saying, how do you at THU we have juniors, we have seniors, we have normal. Everyone is going to take leadership. It's not okay because I'm a junior, I don't think I can do. Obviously, we have expectations, but we expect everyone to have leadership qualities. I'm saying, give me an example of a time where you were a leader in a project, in a feature, and how did you handle leading your team?
Okay. So yes, so basically, firstly, my point of view. So firstly, I understand feature. Okay, I understand project. So what purpose for we are creating this feature project like this? Then we understand technology, how to we implementation project, which technology we are using, how to implementation, how to create core service, core utilities, core component. Okay, this is a technology point of view. Second point, so yeah, we are using agile scrum master. So basically we creating all the story, all the things. And like this you mentioned, we have junior, we have also non technical team member. So we checking firstly which employee is capable, which point. So basically I checking everything. Then according to like this we have some expert. Then we are assigning a huge of the story complex story. We are assigning to those employees, like that employee. Then another employees is so basic some perfect not clear everything. So like this employee is not much more deep linking, not much more. Then we this task is not assigned to this employee, we are assigning another. So basically we are assigning the basic base task this employees, like this. And yeah, you saying non-technical, then non-technical I am assigning to you can write a test cases, manually write cases. So once the user is login, where is going, you can writing in normal English word. You can once the user is login, where is going, all that manual testing we are writing, like this. So we need build a firstly team. Once the team is built, then we using any Jira or any tools. Then we creating a separate stories. Yeah, according story we can assigning the task. And project point of view, we are creating like this, we are using automatic design pattern, creating core component, core service, core utilities. So firstly we set up properly project, and then we are development step by step.
Okay. So let's say you have now taken this feature from development to production. How, what are the steps that you do post production to ensure that this new feature you have had is not breaking things, it's working as should? What do you do post production of a feature? So post release of a feature rather.
Okay, you saying some feature we have existing production, some feature we build on the in development side, then how to deploy, correct, on production side.
No, I'm saying you just finished working on a feature, yeah?
Uh-huh, got it.
You have now released this feature. What do you do after you have released this feature to ensure that this feature is not customers are not breaking this feature, like this feature hasn't reduced the performance of your app, this feature hasn't made your app worse? What do you do post release of a feature?
Yeah, obviously code review is a must be required. So existing some feature we are development, there is how to improve our application, how to code optimization, we are checking, code review must be required. Then
I mean, everyone is going to do a review. Everyone is going to code review it. Everyone is going to test it. But customers have a way of breaking things. Like they would do that. I'm saying after you release the feature, what are the things that you do? It's already in the market. You've tested it. You've done your code review. I'm saying after you've released it, what do you do to monitor that release?
okay, monitor for we are using inbuilt some feature we are implementation, like this analytic crash lytics also available some features. So another Firebase some plugins also providing. So there is we are monitor like this. Okay, this is user is crashing some application. Where is application is crash? Some point of view. We checking all the monitoring on the specific tool. There is multiple tool available like Matrix, Pendo. Pendo is also good tool. So debugging. So not at debugging. So finding the how many user is using our application country wise, user wise, so like this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. at THG, we like people that show ambition. So I want to know your reasons for applying for this role and what you are looking for in getting this role.
Okay, this role I'm looking for obviously React Native application development. So yeah, story end to end wise. So I also curiosity learning backend side. So which technology we are using. Also the DevOps side. So how to deploy. Yeah, like this I firstly I am happy also end to end checking mobile application. So mobile application obviously we are going to app store and play store, this is the normal way, but we are checking also the backend side. So which API is calling, how to optimization, which technology backend side we are using, how to which DevOps tool we are using, how to deploy our application on production side. And also I interested, so we have multiple large of amount the customer, then how to maintain our the database, also application side how to maintain our the like this. And yeah, again the I'm happy also writing test cases, reporting, those are things. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. How do you keep up in, how do you stay up to date with new technology, new ways to improve your team? How do you stay up with that?
Okay, so yes, we have 4 5 ways. So basically, you can join Facebook specific group like this React Native group. So also you can join. So I am personally I utilize so Facebook join group, Telegram join group, also the like these mm, Instagram and also the yeah, Instagram also we are checking specific group on I checking. And also the so specific like this we have like this React Native side, then React Native side we are always checking documentation, specific technology documentation we checking. So we have like this fiber for which purpose for we are using. So mostly Facebook developer mostly updating all the new technology on the documentation I checking always there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Um, just one last question. So could you give me an example of when you had to work with a difficult colleague, or let's say you and your colleague have um, differences in approach to a solution? How did you go about in resolving this situation?
Okay, so yeah, partially project is same scenarios happen. So there is so one is feature we are implementation, and so both are working on same feature. So my colleague is saying ki we are implementation this way, I am saying it this way. So basically then we firstly analysis this approach is very good way maintaining a proper solution, and we got the properly answer. And we are checking also this scenario, so we are creating firstly architecture diagram. So like this, those are the we are using those resource, these functions, how to passing this function inside, where we are waiting. And I also creating myself architecture diagram, so we are using like this. And then we discuss, and then which one architecture is good for the performance wise, optimization wise, then we are using this approach.
Okay. Thank you. That's pretty much all my questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I have one question. Can you share me my feedback where we I can improve like this?
In terms of what aspect of the interview, is it the um
As your point of view, no problem. As you
to be
realize.
fair, yeah. In terms of the code review, you gave you gave the answer that I was looking for in terms of what's it called, error checking, in terms of error handling, in terms of asynchronous calls. I would have expected the flat list because obviously it's better improvement, it's better, but we got to that eventually. In terms of
No, you can also share the negative point for help of all
no, no,
me.
no, 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 no. I'm being as honest as I can be. Um, in terms of the what's it called, the questions regarding the technical stuff, you answer those as best to your ability, and that's all I can ask for. I don't see any issues there as well. In terms of culture, again, you answered those to the best of your abilities. It's those questions are more for me to see your personality, for me to see how you are, how you behave in a team, and I don't see anything negative in all of those. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So thank you.
Any other questions?
No, thank you. Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and you should get some feedback from us today. Now.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.